So last night I was watching some Simply Nailogical, and I was watching the video where she is reviewing a children's water marbling nail polish kit by Project MC2.
Not included. Nail art is a science.
Nail art is a science?
And she made a really good point at the end of the video.
Generally speaking, I think the intentions behind this company are good. That being wanting to promote science to young girls and let them know that it's cool to be smart and do scientific things. However, there's something about using vanity, stereotypically women's products like nail art, and I know they have a makeup kit as well, to show them that that's science reads a little problematic to me. Not to go all simply sociological on you. Is the best way to teach young girls about science to pass off beauty exercises as science? I'm not really sure this is science.
Like, we can get girls interested in science without picking traditionally feminine things to like stick them in this little box. So I decided to look more into Project MC2, and boy oh boy, I found garbage. Not only does Project MC2 create toys for kids, but they also have a Netflix series. And I watched season 1. I planned on watching all 6 seasons, but then I got really tired. And I ended up having so many notes about season 1 that I didn't want to bombard this whole thing with just information about the entire piece when I can just do this bit about why season 1 is so bad. So, hey parents, I'm probably going to swear in this video, so please don't be mad. Oops! The first thing that I did when researching Project MC2 was I went to the official Project MC2 website, and of course they're advertising all of the toys that you can get, and they have bios about the characters. So let's start there, because that was the first thing I saw, and oh boy! So the premise of Project MC2 is that it's about this girl named Michaela, who is a secret agent, and she has to go undercover at school for some reason, and then she meets these 3 other girls, and they all happen to be the smartest girls in school, and those 3 girls get recruited into her secret organization, and they have to like do spy missions together using the science knowledge they all have. The girls all have relatively normal names, except their last names. Oh my god, they actually like bring up their last names later in the show, so we'll get to that when we get to that. There's Michaela, Cameron, Bryden, and Adrian. But on the website they advertise that there's these 2 other girls, Ember and God, what's her name? Devin. But they were not introduced in season 1, so I don't have much to say about them because they're a little irrelevant. I watched Michaela's Q&A video, and I couldn't stand it. The entire thing screamed, oh, I'm not like the other girls. And that's like a huge trope that we need to get out of girls' media. But then I thought, okay, maybe like they're not all that bad. And then I watched Adrian's.
I love so many things. Narrowing it down to 5 is gonna be muy difícil.
Watching her bio video, I decided I absolutely cannot watch anymore. I need to just watch this series. We'll talk about the Adrian problem in a bit. When I saw the actress, I was concerned that they cast a white girl in the role of Adrian when clearly they were trying to make her Hispanic or Latinx. But then I looked her up on IMDb. Victoria Vida, who plays Adrian, is a Brazilian actress, so yay, that's good. And I also looked up interviews, and she does actually talk like that, which was a big surprise. She doesn't, and by talk like that, I mean that is her real accent. She's not putting an accent on for the role. So that's good. But another thing that was a little concerning was the dialogue that Adrian has. We'll get to that in a bit. I'm going to just go through all of the notes that I have about the 3 parts that comprise season 1. I don't know why they don't call them seasons on Netflix. They call them parts, but they're parts that are divided into episodes. Here we go, gang. Okay. First of all, the series begins with a character waking up to an alarm clock, and, like, that is, like, the first thing you learn in film school, apparently, is that you don't do that. Like, that is the worst way to begin a piece. And not only does it begin with a character waking up to an alarm clock, it begins with all 4 of our series protagonists waking up to their own various alarm clocks to showcase who they are. It's so not necessary. You easily could have started it way later. Also, a big problem that I have in media is when characters wake up and they are fully made up and picture perfect. And these girls were all underage at the start of this project being made. Mika Abdallah is currently 18, and she was 15 at the start of filming. Then we have Issa, who is playing Cameron. I don't have her age on her IMDb page. Victoria Vita is currently 19, so she was 16 at the start of filming. And then Janaea, who is Bryden, we do not have her age on IMDb. But these girls are all teenagers at the start of filming the series. The series is still going on today. They're all like 15, 16 years old, and they have these like perfect curls, and some of them have makeup, and they're just getting out of bed. That's so weird to me. And then we're introduced to Addison.
Good morning, Michaela.
Who is Michaela's talking journal, who like gives her information about her secret missions. Her dialogue is so bad, and the character is so obnoxious. She talks very much like, "Yay, Michaela, you're my bestie! I'm your super smart journal. You're never gonna leave me, right?" And it's like, I get the concept of like having the initial best friend who is like a little clingy and doesn't want Michaela to like make new friends, like because she'd be jealous. I get that, but she's so annoying, and she's personified with an emoji with a ponytail.
Yeah, there. Today, researchers discovered global warming's negative impact on endangered species. Or polar bear! Internet security giant Black Star donated new computer equipment to third world countries, helping the world with technology. Yay!
Why? I don't get it. Okay. Also, Michaela leaves her laptop open a lot, which is really bad if you're a secret agent. Bryden and Cameron made a comment, like they speak in acronyms to each other because they're like super best friends.
Did you see that big old G? Too cute for his own good. Yes!
Made a comment about boys, and I was really worried that like, ooh, boys, it was gonna be a part of this series when really it's about like girls who do science, and I feel like boys is not a necessary plot point. And luckily it's not that strong. I was just really worried. I wrote in all caps, Michaela is so annoying. She's very much like, I'm too smart for these people. Man, I really wish that it wasn't so hard being a so super smart secret agent. Like, girl, get over yourself. She is just very much, I'm too smart for these normies. Okay, the next scene, I should probably go over what season 1 is about. So, the secret mission that Michaela is on is to protect Prince Xander, because there is suspicion that his space flight that he is going on, because he's just a party bro who wants to party in space, the space flight he's going on, there's suspicion that it's going to be terrorized or sabotaged, and so Michaela is like his bodyguard and is trying to make sure he stays safe. And it just so happens that Cameron's dad works at the space organization that's flying Prince Xander into space. Okay, they use slang that, like, nobody actually says in real life. Like, deets, truthsies, totes adorbs. I've never heard anybody say that before. The writing is very clearly adults trying to write teenage girls who don't know how teenage girls talk. Wait, are you serious? I'm now looking into the writing credits, and all of the writers except 2 of them are women. That's embarrassing. Oh, wait, never mind. Jordana Arkin, who is the primary creator of Project MC Squared, who has writing credits for like 15 episodes, she's only 3 years younger than my parents, and my parents are in their 50s. So anyway, back to Cameron's dad, who works in the space program. Cameron's dad just nonchalantly shares with his teenage daughter and her friend that they've received scary terrorist-like information. Like, they got a phone call saying, like, where there was a voice modulator on the phone saying, like, don't send Prince Xander into space. Something terrible will happen if you do.
Who want to hurt the prince? He's harmless. And adorbs. And entertaining. What makes him totes adorbs.
I know, right? Totes adorbs. But apparently, he doesn't agree with you.
Attention, Space Inc. Dismantle your plans for the Prince's launch immediately. I'm warning you, there will be devastating consequences for people around the world if Prince Xander's flight is not canceled. That's all I can say.
Well, I'm totally creeped out.
Why would you share that with your teenage daughter? I feel like that would be classified information. Oh my god. Also, why do they dress the way they do? Who remembers Shake It Up when that was first on the air? When Zendaya and Bella Thorne wore these horrendous outfits with like 7 layers and mixed match prints. Apparently we're still in that era because basically all the characters dress like that. Primarily Bryden and Cameron. Why do the non-white passing women of color wear horrendous outfits? It's so bad. Okay, that is one thing I like about this show, is that all of our protagonists are women of color in some degree. By the way, back to Addison with this next note. The notebook, Addison, is clearly just an iPad. Michaela gets caught because she's really bad at being a secret agent. She keeps her laptop open, she acts really suspiciously, she carries her files out in the open and not in like a bag, and drops them on the floor. She has her talking notebook that she doesn't plug into headphones. If Addison is an iPad, you can just plug headphones in and act like you're talking on the phone with like headphones with a microphone. That would solve that problem so quickly. Like if you were talking on the phone and it's like, oh, a real person would be named Addison. It's not hard. And then we meet Adrian, and okay, I kind of do really like the character because it's a very adorable character, and you can tell that Victoria Vita is having a lot of fun. But ooh, man. I know I'm a white person and I know Hispanic and Latinx people. No, like I've grown up in a very diverse school, and at my university now there are lots of people of different backgrounds that I spend time with just because of the major that I'm in. And no Spanish-speaking person that I have ever met just casually puts a Spanish word into their fully fluent English.
Adri, do you want to help us with a top secret investigation? Secret investigation? You mean like Mission Impossible? Yeah, like Mission Impossible.
I've never heard anybody actually do that, and that's like all Adrian. That's the only way Adrian talks, is she just casually puts random Spanish words into her English, which is fine. It's fine to have a character in your show that speaks Spanish. In fact, I encourage it. It's just nobody talks like that. Like, I feel like they either would speak complete Spanish sentences or complete English sentences. I don't get it. The pen scene. So there's a scene where they're not friends with Michaela yet. They suspect that she is the person who snuck into this space organization to, like, do something with a laptop, because Cameron's dad showed her... No. Bryden hacked into the security system of a space organization, and they watched the security footage with Cameron's dad, and so they want to get her fingerprints, and so they, like, steal her pen, and they're very weird about it. I'll just play as much of the scene as I can.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't see your petite little feet there. We haven't met. I'm Adrian Adams. That's my pen. You don't want this pen. It got sticky from the sticky ground. So, here, take mine. Okay.
Why would the teacher not go up and be like, girls, you're disrupting the class? So then they, like, get her fingerprints, and I don't know if any of the science that they do in this show is actually accurate, where she takes, like, flour and cinnamon and water or something and to dust fingerprints off of the pen and use tape to lift the print, and then Bryden has a fingerprint analysis app on her phone? No, that's not a thing. Okay, so this is where I talked about their last names. Their last names are horrible. The only person with a real last name is Michaela. Her last name is McAllister. Michaela McAllister, which is weird, but whatever. They're trying to get the whole, like, MC squared, and then, like, their names are all alliterative, and they're like, it's A squared plus B squared equals C squared. We're the Pythagorean theorem.
I'm Michaela McAllister. Whoa! Wait, Michaela McAllister. That's MC. MC squared. No way, I'm squared too. B squared, Kim is C squared, Adrian's A squared. We're like a super cute live version of the Pythagorean theorem.
Like, that's cute, but you can easily do it with more plausible last names. We have Adrian Adams, and not Adams spelled like the Addams Family, which is like a normal last name, which you easily could keep. It's Adams spelled like molecules, Attoms. No, nobody has that last name. What is Bryden's last name? I don't remember. Bandwidth. Bryden Bandwidth? Excuse me? How about Bryden Baker? Bryden Barnes? Those work. Cameron Coyle. I will give them credit with Coyle. They did try to spell it differently. It's spelled Coyle. So, like, cool. That's better. But, like, hold on, I didn't research this. Last names. I'm typing too fast. Let's start with C. Thank you. Last names that start with C. Cameron Carter, Cameron Campbell, Cameron Clark, Cameron Cruz. It's not hard. I mean, it took me a bit to come up with it, but, like, it took less than a minute. Michaela is a really bad secret agent because she just tells these 3 teenager girls, yeah, I'm part of a secret organization.
Look, I'm here on a highly classified mission. That's all I can say.
Oh my god, the dialogue is just so cringy. It's...
OMG. I got total lab envy.
Ooh, it's so bad. And And so the episode ends with the quail coming in and being like, yeah, these girls are all really smart, and we were told to keep an eye on them, so maybe we should let them help you, Michaela. And Michaela is very Twilight Sparkle in this, and she's like, I work alone, I don't know about this whole team thing, I don't know about this friendship thing, but you know that Michaela's gonna, like, warm up to them and, like, become their best friend. And that's the end of, part 1. I wrote in all caps, Minecraft glasses, because Bryden is clearly wearing Minecraft, like, creeper sunglasses in this episode, and it's just, it's so obvious. It's so funny. Okay. One joke got me.
Well, it was a bunch of useless parts. Now, it's a portable police scanner with added features. I call it Cam's Portable Police Scanner with added features.
And then I didn't write anything else until the funny cat videos bit. Okay, so for this part, the girls are all working together for their mission, and they're trying to, like, sneak into, or not sneak into, but get access into the space organization, like, training facility, so that they can escort Xander to safety. And so they're like, we need to get past the security guard. And if Michaela really is part of this secret agency, then wouldn't she get clearance? Like, a part that really bothered me is that maybe this is a flaw of the organization, is that Michaela doesn't have a badge. I feel like if she just flashed her badge in this entire episode, then we could just skip a lot of the conflict and move on. But no, we have to have the girls show off their tech skills to prove to Michaela that they're worthy, and they get past the frickin' security guard. I haven't eaten anything yet, and it's like 12:30, so I'm like living on a prayer. Okay, so the funny cat videos thing, the way that they sneak past the security guard is Bryden locks into the computer system, like the computers for the security system in the little security podium, and makes it play just hours of cat videos instead of the security footage, which is a little dangerous, but okay. Like, what if an actual emergency happens? They shoot it in a way that isn't funny, and this bit could have been made funny. She's like, I put cat videos on the computer, and he'll be there for an hour. And this is a very prime example of show, don't tell. If it was shot from the other perspective, because we see the security guard walking into his station, and he just, like, sits at the computer, and he's like, yeah, so we can get a prime shot of the girl sneaking past. But if we shot it from inside the security pavilion, and we saw on the computer, like, if we saw some of the cat videos on the computer, and the security guard was just like, we saw a shot of him going, aww, and just watching the cat videos, and then we could see in the background the girl sneaking by, I feel like that would have been a more effective shot, and he might have gotten a few laughs. Then we approach Xander's, like, personal team, and, like, some bodyguards or more security staff, and she's explaining, like,
Sir, I'm Agent McAllister, and I've been assigned to watch over the prince and ensure that he safely boards his spaceflight.
Whoa there, Harriet the spy.
And they're 15 years old, so obviously nobody's gonna believe them. So why wouldn't she have a badge that says, like, Special Agent McAllister, here's my badge, please let me in? I feel like they would have let her pass, but maybe not, because plot, I don't know. And then, in order to get past this part, Michaela's solution is to pull a fire alarm. Yeah, oh my god, okay, I was really interested in this, because I thought, like, that it was illegal to wrongly pull a fire alarm, and it is. I mean, I just googled laws against pulling a fire alarm, and the first result is for pulling a fire alarm in California, and the series takes place in a fictional town in California. Penal Code 148.4 provides serious criminal penalties for anyone who willfully and maliciously gives, sends, or transmits a false alarm of fire. In California, this offense is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 1 year in jail and or up to $1,000 in criminal fines. That's probably the don't yell fire in a theater kind of thing, but like, she didn't accidentally pull the fire alarm and, oh, we can escape now. She runs over to the fire alarm and drop kicks it.
And this is what I call a red alert.
And it looks really badass, but like, she clearly did that to distract the guards and make them get away. That's clearly not okay. So we're introduced to the prince now, and I like this actor. I think he's Antonio, I think is his name. Yeah, Antonio Marzial. He's a good actor, and you can tell that he's having a lot of fun with the prince character. But we are not told how old he's supposed to be, and he clearly is older than all these girls. And I looked it up because I was a little worried because he's a little flirty with these girls.
Wait, gents. I'd like to know what this pretty lady thinks is so important that she had to interrupt my final training session before I leave the planet. Jillian, my mouthwash. Now, what were you saying? I was going to spend the rest of the afternoon in my hotel suite, but why not split it out with 4 sharp, cute girls instead?
He's a year younger than me. Like, right now, in 2018, he is 21. So, at the time of filming, he was 18. So, not great. And he looks older than he is. Like, he was 18 at the time of filming, but he looked like he was already in his 20s. It's so creepy. Like, to have this older looking man, like, call these little teenage girls, like, pretty and beautiful, and, like, wink at them, and, like, say, let's go party. Like, it was creepy. Like, he's not a real person. No one would act the way he does. He's like, I'm famous. I'll do whatever I want because I'm famous. And
People out there could be trying to kidnap you.
Oh no. People want to kidnap me? Of course they do! Look at me. I'm a cross between Prince Harry and Harry Styles. I'm like Prince Harry Styles.
nobody does that. So on the website for Project MC Squared, they have like catchphrases or something for all the girls under their bio pages, and Michaela's is, I'm smart, get over it. And okay, cool. Shut up, Michaela. Like, and this is the episode where she like actually like says it, and it starts becoming like her trademark thing because she like has this confrontation with Prince Xander.
While I appreciate that cheeky spy girl vibe, I'm safe now. So why don't you join in the fun and give it a rest?
Give it a rest? I would, but I care about saving people's lives, like yours. In fact, I dedicate my own life to studying everything from comparative science to covert operations to investigative methodology to anthropology, not the store, to microbiology to criminology to psychology.
Pretty much every other ology you could think of.
I'm smart. Get over it.
Anything ology, and it's like, really? I don't think you're interested in anything ology. I don't think you'd be interested in proctology.
Funny joke!
I'm smart, Prince Xander. Get over it. And it's like, shut the fuck up. Like, if she wasn't so blatantly, I'm smart. Get over it. I mean, clearly I'm exaggerating, but like, I mean, I'll put the clip in, but the other girls are also really bad spies because they're like spying and they have the blinds in the safe house wide open. You can't do that. People will see you. I will commend them because there's this other organization that is like following them that they're really worried about called Black Star, and they do the tension of that really well actually. But then it's a kids show, and there can't be too much tension in a kids show, because when the bad guy in Black Star discovers them and like hunts them down, and they have to like escape and get out of the house, then they drive off in an SUV, and the bad guy who arrived in a car just stands there and is like, darn, they got away, and doesn't get in his own car and like chase them down. I feel like a car chase scene could have been like very interesting to include in a kids show. Jillian. I haven't talked about Jillian yet. Throughout this whole piece, there's the character of Jillian, who is Prince Xander's assistant. She's clearly like the twist bad guy, which I could be a big reveal for younger girls, but like it's not. Like the way they frame it, she like Michaela walks in on her having a shady phone call, and like she's got these like weird looks all the time. It's like it's not that big of a twist. At the end of the episode, they lose Prince Xander somehow, and Mika Abdallah is trying so hard. Michaela has this emotional monologue at the end where she's like, "It was my fault that Prince Xander got away. Like, it's my mission, and you all have helped enough," and like that kind of thing.
You know what? I think you guys have done enough.
It was my job to protect the prince, and I failed. I failed everyone in every way. If anything happens to him, it's all my fault.
You can't blame yourself.
Yes, I can, Bri. You know why? Because I knew I was better off handling this case on my own. I can't work well with others, and it's obvious that the three of you would rather mess around than get serious. None of you have what it takes to be a real agent. Not one. Now I'm gonna go find the prince and take care of this myself.
Like I should have done in the first place.
She left the other girls in charge of Prince Xander while she did something, I don't remember what, and then the other girls got distracted, and then Prince Xander got away. And, oh my god. Mika Abdallah is trying so hard. Ooh boy. And that's the end of part 2. And, so now they have to, like, hunt down Xander. Like, we find out the real big bad. So, Michaela's, like, in her lab, and she's, like, talking with her mom, and she's like, those girls ruined the mission. And then Michaela's mom is like, well, did you give them a fair chance, sweetie? Like, this was their first mission, and Michaela's totally in the right here. Like, the mission probably wouldn't have been compromised if it weren't for these girls, and yet, like, Michaela's mom's like, give them a fair chance, sweetie. But, you know, the girls actually do end up being competent because they catch the guy who's been, like, from Black Star, who's been, like, following them and is, like, creeping them out. There's another joke here that happens with, like, Michaela puts her laptop down and then the girls, like, start live streaming to her to be like, look, we got him! But, like, her computer is, like, facing over here. And so, like, she's not looking. She's, like, looking at the TV screen where her mom is. And she's like, I just need to stop being so oblivious. And, like, they ruined it with, like, they made the bit go on too long. And the girl, like, the girls on the computer, they, like, cut to a shot on the computer. And it's, like, it ruined the bit. Like, the bit would have gotten across fine if you just, like, did it a little less and kept it where we saw the girls in the background just freaking out. Okay, there was another joke here that made me chuckle, where we bring in the toy tie-ins. This is the first toy tie-in. We got 3 episodes in and we've got a toy tie-in. Bryden made a lie detector with, like, some circuits and an old breath mint container, and she says a line about, like, when she offers Michaela the breath mint.
So, why are you connecting him to a tin of curiously strong mints?
It's my cleverly disguised portable lie detector. It flashes green when you're telling the truth and red when you're lying.
Or if you have really bad breath.
Yeah. Breath mint?
No thanks.
All good, it's the last one and I wanted it anyway.
Like, the lie detector that Bryden has is a toy that the kids can buy. But now we get into the reveal of the real big bad. The guy who's been following them was actually trying to warn the girls about the space flight because the real big bad is data mining. The Black Star, who like helped to fund this thing, I think. It was a little convoluted, but Black Star is sending a hacking device into space with Prince Xander's flight to hook up to a satellite that will mine personal data from people using the satellite. And they don't actually reveal why that would be a bad thing. Like they don't say what they're gonna do with it. They just say, like, he's gonna take our personal information.
Black Star's not after the prince, they're after data.
Data?
Yes, data. They planted an illegal hacking device in the prince's luggage.
What do you mean, a hacking device?
It's one of a kind. It took them over 10 years and cost a fortune to make. They're going to use it to hack into a government satellite up there. If that device makes it onto that ship, Black Star's going to have the ability to do all kinds of terrible things, like steal people's personal data.
And it's like, okay, and do what with it? Like, steal people's identities? Like, steal money from them? Like, what are they going to do? They never say. They, like the girls ask, why do they want to do that? And the guy says, for greed.
Why would an internet security giant want to steal personal data?
Why else? Greed. Jerome wants to get his slimy hands on as much info as he can so he can sell it for billions.
What does that mean? That doesn't mean anything. Like, yeah, the ethics behind data mining and, like, social media sites, like, using your search history to, like, make ads for you, like, and stuff like that, and, like, getting your information to, like, cater advertising, like, the ethics of that are really, like, a gray area, and, because, like, what harm really can it do unless you use it for nefarious purposes, like scamming people out of their money? The camera died, so I went and made lunch. I feel better now. I got some grapes. So, yeah, the data mining is the big bad. So now they have to go stop the space launch, or at least get the hacking device out of there so that the data mining doesn't happen. So they have this plan, and thank God Cameron's dad works there. So Cameron can walk up to the security guy and be like, hey Jim, how's it going? I wanted to talk to my dad. Wish him luck for the space launch. And Jim's like, no. I don't even remember if the security guard's name is Jim.
Hey there, George. How's my favorite security guard ever?
Hey, hello, Karen.
Adrian sets off a little explosion in Space Center.
This is my friend Bryden.
No, I'm afraid the building's on full lockdown. No visitations during lunchtime. Oh, man, you too.
I was really hoping to... Oh, no! The sculpture! What happened? What a mess! A very pink mess.
There's just they treat, like, terroristic things very casually in this show. There was an explosion! Oh no, it's so messy! It wasn't like a fire explosion, it was this explosion of, like, pink slime. So it's a little cuter, I guess. It's still weird. And then also Cameron's dad, like, taught Cameron the password for, like, the security clearance to get into the space facility?
She matches voices flawlessly.
Aw, love you too, bestie.
Hi, Cam. It's your dad. Call me back.
Mimic my dad's voice and say, Charles Coyle, access code, Echo Mike Charlie 2.
Charles Coyle, access code, Echo Mike Charlie 2.
Why? How? Okay. And then they have this joke where they're like, I can't see anything, it's too dark. And then one of the girls says, who said that? And then they say, me. We all could clearly see them. Like, the scene was lit so that we could still see them. And I feel like that would have been funnier if we couldn't see them. I don't know. So now we get into some Mission Impossible shit. They ask Adrian if she has any baking soda on her. And she's got this tiny little crossbody bag that barely holds her cell phone. And she's like, of course, I have all of my ingredients. Duh. They go, and the baking soda goes everywhere, and uh-oh, there's a laser grid. How are they going to get past the lasers? Because this happens in, like, all spy movies, you know. We can magically see the lasers now. So Cameron, who's had a skateboard on her this whole time, she skateboards. It wasn't important until now. She takes a compact mirror, puts it on her skateboard, and pushes the skateboard through the laser grid. And she, like, we watch her do the math in her head to, like, calculate the velocity of how fast she needs the skateboard to go for it to make the mirror have the lasers refract against, like, a wall or something. I don't think that's real science. I don't know. I'm an arts major. Okay, so the girls end up saving the day. They, like, make a circuit. They, like, make a full current using their bodies. Like, she's like, there's only one wire. I can't complete the current or the circuit or whatever. And so they're like, wait, there's energy and electricity running through us.
There's only one full wire. I can't complete the circuit. What about us? We can conduct power. You're right. We can complete the circuit using our bodies. Vamos!
And then they all hold hands and they complete the circuit, and it's really cute. They complete the mission, they save the day, everyone believes them.
Your device is toast. Burnt toast!
I don't know what you're talking about. Why should anyone believe a bunch of silly young girls? I believe them. And it's all true, every word of it.
Big Bad is arrested. Like, we find out that Jillian was in on it. Ooh! Like, yeah, big surprise. And Prince Xander, like, goes up to Michaela and is like, hey, I'm sorry I doubted you. I don't know what would have happened if you didn't save the day. And Michaela's like, yeah, you better be sorry.
I gave you a hard time at the very start. You didn't deserve that.
Wow, I don't know what to say. Oh, wait, yes, I do. You're right. I know what I'm talking about.
And apparently the prince is, like, super into that, because he's, like, they're clearly flirting at this point.
Yes, you do. And despite every stupid thing I did along the way, you and those clever girls still managed to save the world. You're obviously a great leader.
I try to be a good influence.
It worked on them, and it worked on me.
Oh, really? How's that?
You make me want to read another book.
Not a picture book, right?
No, one with lots of tiny words.
Welcome to the smart side. Well, have a safe trip. Enjoy battling aliens with laser swords.
See you when I get back.
And I'm like, stop making the 18-year-old prince flirt with the 15-year-old spy. It's not okay. He's like, see you when I get back. Stop! Gross. It's gross. The season concludes with Michaela's mom being like, welcome to the agency, girls. And they're like, yay! And now they're all, like, best friends. And they have this weird bit at the end where Michaela, like, doesn't know what a hug is.
This is how you do it, right?
And girl, like, that's a lot to unpack. And this whole show has been a lot to unpack. And it has good intentions, but really poor execution. I do think that it's important for us to teach young girls that it's okay to be interested in the STEM field and that it might be cool to do so. But if you're gonna do it with a TV show, then maybe make the writing a little better. So what I'm getting at is that I'm gonna watch season 2 now.